All right, welcome to the new world of Fisch. Now, before I go ahead and move more into giving you guys full context on what you just witnessed, there's a couple of messages that I want to go ahead and get across, specifically from the development team, to give you guys a little bit of transparency on what's been going on as well as what to expect in the future. Now, throughout this trailer, I'm going to be explaining to you guys what you're going to be expecting for this update, but I do want to clarify right off the start that I'm only going to be showing you guys, give or take, about 30 to 40% of the entire update. And honestly, even giving you those numbers is sort of going above and beyond. I'm really just technically scratching the surface on what is going to be available March 29th at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Before we go ahead and continue on with showing you the crazy world that's behind me, the development team wants to let you know that they have heard your feedback. And if you remember a couple of weeks back, it was mentioned that they were going to go back into the casual gameplay. This is what you guys fell in love with Fisch, and they want to give you guys that same exact feeling that you had when you first jumped into Fisch for the very first time. So again, when I say welcome to the new world of Fisch, I quite literally mean that. There's a lot more that I want to say. I just sort of wanted to get this message across right at the very start. So let's go ahead and give you guys a brief little tour before we actually go into all of the fine little details. So here is a quick little introduction to the second sea in Fisch. As you just witnessed, the second sea has quite a bit to offer. The moment that you arrive, Moosewood has now become a thing of the past, and moving forward, this will be the new main location where you will be spending the vast majority of your time as you start your new beginning in the second sea. Now, to give you guys a little bit more context, once you arrive here, you will be using a completely brand new currency. Again, this is an aspect that was added to give you guys that original feel that you felt once you first started playing Fisch for the very first time. On top of that, it allows us the opportunity to go ahead and shift the game back to its original casual gameplay. Now, aside from brand new currency, you can also be expecting a completely new max level. As you guys know, currently in the game, the max level is 1,000, and as of the second sea, the brand new max level is going to be 2,500. I will go ahead and leave it up to you guys to figure out what the final reward is once you hit that milestone. Now, as I'm sure you've already noticed by the rod that's on my back, there is going to be a large amount of brand new rods. Some of these will have incredibly new passives, while others will just sort of assist you as you make your way into the journey of being able to unlock some of these incredible rods. I'm going to go over a couple of them really quickly right now, as well as give you guys a quick little breakdown on what the passives are going to be to the best of my ability without completely spoiling everything that's in store for Saturday's update. So, the rod that you've been looking at the entire time since this entire trailer started is the Verdant Shear rod. This one is pretty interesting. For starters, it looks extremely cool. Really nice mixture between basically a giant scissor as well as a sword. The passive ability on this is going to be extremely interesting because it's going to allow you to basically have a bunch of trees spawn around you while also giving your fish a tree mutation. We also have much simpler rods like the frog rod. Although it looks rather simple with just a couple of little frogs on the actual rod itself, with an extremely happy one at the very top, the passive ability on this is actually going to be pretty insane. It basically allows you to spawn frogs progressively over time, and each one of these will eventually cap out at some point, but for every single frog that you get to spawn, your overall luck will increase. Next up, we have the Free Spirit rod. Again, another one that looks super sick, very unique. This one will basically have a small chance for a rain of gems to happen, which will then add a unique sort of mutation to the fish that looks very similar to the gem that is being held by the actual skeleton hand. Just one of those things that you're going to have to see for yourself, but don't be surprised when you realize that it's actually fairly difficult to get your hands on this rod, considering you will have to complete quite a lengthy collection. Take that as you will. I'll definitely be excited to see who's the first person to get their hands on this. Now, as I mentioned before, there is also the these sort of starter rods that are going to allow you to work your way over to finally unlocking some of the really cool ones that we just showcased. Specifically, what you're looking at here is the Rod of the Lagoon. Another starter is the Wildflower Rod. Again, rather simple, but still a really cool looking rod. I'll end it off with another one of our starter rods here being the Firefly Rod. But trust me, as I mentioned, that isn't where it ends. There is still plenty more to go ahead and show you guys, but we aren't trying to showcase the entire thing because where would the fun be in that? Now let's touch bases on something that's going to happen within the next 24 hours or so that we've pretty much never done with any of the major updates. As many of you know, previously we had a board with a countdown every single 24 hours that would progressively give you guys more luck over time. For this update, the development team has decided to do something a little bit different, and instead you will be rewarded with extremely cool and really exclusive skins, with of course the potential of, if you're there the moment that the update goes live, unlocking an extremely exclusive Cthulhu boat. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that countdown and be there the moment that the update drops. Again, I don't really want to spoil too much on how they look, but trust me, I did get to see them, and they're kind of insane, dude. Now, you may have noticed that we haven't really shown too much about Cthulhu throughout this entire trailer, which is sort of what the entire update is based around. So I guess this is now a perfect time to go ahead and transition out of this trailer. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I also hope to see you guys there the moment that this update drops. With that being said, I hope that you guys enjoy this quick little present that I'm including at the very end.